I can promise everyone watching this video that Shaytan, la'anahullah, does not keep his promises
at all.
You will sign your soul and he will say, I'm sorry, your soul's not enough.
Yeah. That's not enough, yeah.
Your soul is not enough.
It's not enough, it's not enough.
So what is he going to ask you to do? You say, but I've given you my soul. I've committed the worst kinds of sacrifice, of evil, of zina, of the worst thing that a human being can do. I can't give you anything else. He says, sure you can. Just bring me more people who'll do the same. Bring me another person who is a Muslim, ideally, or at least a person who could be inclined towards Islam, and make that person do the same. And that's why in this business of magic, which is very far away from Harry Potter, and in this business of magic, it only works if there's a conveyor belt of people coming in. And let's be realistic now. A lot of those people in that conveyor belt are Muslim. A lot of people are going to magicians because they got a problem with their husband, they got a problem with their wife, they got a problem with their mother-in-law, they got a problem with their cousin, there's something going on in the family, ... And then that person now is going to a healer, a sheikh, an imam, a wali, a maulvi, whatever, and is going to that person, and that job of that sahir, that magician, is to do only one thing: get that person in the same road. And it's all about the shaitan. وَزَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُم. The shaitan makes it look
beautiful,
something beautiful from the outside. Those guys who are in it are literally being tortured. The magician is literally being tortured day in, day out. Some of them have to sleep on nails. Some of them have to cut themselves when the shaitan tells them, stab themselves, all this kind of stuff. They're literally servants of the shaitan. But I just want to talk about, first of all, the general things by which a person is protected by Allah. Even more than the whole issue of treatment and ruqya is to have some really, really good body armor. So what's your body armor? Number one, it is your Iman, particularly your Iman in the oneness of Allah and His right to be worshipped alone. And the evidence for that is الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَمْ يَلْبِسُوا إِيمَانَهُمْ بِظُلْمٍ أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ الْأَمْنُ وَهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. Those who believe and don't mix up their belief with falsehood, any with shirk, with making a partner with Allah, they are the ones who will be safe, and they're the ones who will be guided. So safety in the dunya and the akhirah comes from tawheed. The tawheed of Allah, worshipping Allah alone, not making any partner with Him in any way, major or minor, in any aspect of Allah's rights. That is the greatest body armor that you can have to protect you against any of these things. The second is going to be following the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ in as much as you can do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَلْيَحْذَرِ الَّذِينَ يُخَالِفُونَ عَنْ أَمْرِهِ أَن تُصِيبَهُمْ فِتْنَةٌ أَوْ يُصِيبَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Let them take a warning. Those who oppose the Prophet ﷺ's command, his Sunnah, that they be afflicted by a trial, a tribulation, or a severe punishment. What does that show us? It shows us that the reverse understanding is you follow the Sunnah, no trials, no punishments. Or not trials in your deen anyway. So it's a protection. It's a protection from these things. The third is a taqwa. The word taqwa actually means something close to kind of like body armor. You know, like the actual word taqwa is to put a protective barrier between you and something you're scared of. And you do that by obeying Allah in everything you can and keeping away from everything that you can keep away from, that Allah told you to keep away from. And that, if you do those two things, do as much as you can to obey Allah and keep away from as much as you can, you get a protective barrier from that which you're scared of. And that includes the jinn and the shayateen. And there are many, many evidences for that. The statement of Allah وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَيُعَلِّمُكُمُ اللَّهُ وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. But the word itself means to be protected.